Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Super Auto Pence. I've been getting my butt kicked a little bit by the game. I'm looking forward to hopefully having a little bit more time to focus. Do I guarantee necessarily we're going to get to 10 wins here? Yeah, okay, I guarantee it. I'm calling it. I'm picking my shot. I'm pulling the Babe Ruth. We're going to be on free to play here, and I'm good to go. I don't mind an early horse. The world has turned and left me here where horses are better than they appear. This little Weezer song for you. Be the sour balls. I'm a big believer. I actually, this is honest, this is genuine, this is the truth. I don't think the horse is incredible mid to late game. I think, though, horse cricket is unbeatable in the early game. I'm just calling my shot, okay? We're going to take a shot. We're going to freeze you. We're going to be you. It doesn't really matter. We're going to get a level 3 horse next turn. We're going to add a B to something else. We have to do it in this order so that when we combine our fish... Oh, let me rephrase. We have to combine our fish in order to do this, because otherwise the buff from the otter could get split between the two different fish, which is not what we want to see, obviously. So we'll combine... I don't necessarily want to maximize our horse buff, but, you know, while we're here, why not? And it still went to the fish, which I would like to inform you is actually totally fine. I think we should run a 4 squad and level up, and I support this leveling. I'm going to roll, but it's not out of disrespect. I think a badger is great. I just think it's kind of like untenable while rolling the horse archetype as well. So a hatching chick, honestly, like I don't know what to say. On free to play, it's very tough to deal with like a 5/5 that you can't really like get around that comes from the other pack, but that's okay. I take this as my lot in life. We know the swan's sticking around, so go ahead and take a B. You know what? For the time being, I lit another wrong creature. It's not that big of a deal, but the otter is likely to get sold. But you know what? Maybe we won't regret this. Copium. I can't help but notice we got very similar kind of squads rolling out here. I have to feel like I probably win simply because I have more units. So I'll take the dub on that one. Always feels good to beat the exact team that you just went up against. Or that you also are, I should say. Because it's like, you know, no one can say, whoa, like what a scumbag move running this team. You're like, well, I just beat somebody that was running the same thing. Honestly, I feel like an ox kicks us into overdrive. So does a sheep, but I think you don't want to build around spawning crappy units with the horse long term. What you want to do is win in the early game as a result of your horse-based world. And then from there, you're going to pivot to a turkey in the late game, and that's how you get the dub. So we could go up a level immediately on an ant. I think it beats an otter. But we do pay a cost. It's not necessarily a heavy cost. What the heck? My game just almost broke. It felt like, at least. It's running anti-cheat detection on me. Bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop. You're hacking to get the greatest shops of all time? No, it's just luck. I promise. Wink, wink. Okay, owned. I hate all this garlic, but I got to admit, you got the job done. Garlic is very powerful against summon builds. But I'm not sweating it. We love to see this. Everything gets buffed. At this point, we're looking for a pill. I know we just bought it. Your timing is messed up. We're not investing in an ox. We're looking to pill an ant. Okay, if that doesn't happen. You're a 5/4. You're a 2. Okay, I hate to do it, but I think you do it like that. We're going to buff our fish. Let me guess, a pill? No, we didn't get one. I'd love to see that. At least we were not immediately punished. This was non-productive, but still getting the 3/3 every turn on the buff here is nice. Our ox is probably the next thing to go. But we really only want to replace it with something like a turkey. You know, something that could really take us to the next level. This is, you've operated a criminal enterprise. Your hippo is under arrest for being too cracked. You were like right on the dip and then you came back up. I don't support that. We are on lethal. I'm not concerned. You live till turkeys show up. You replace your ox with a turkey, you're off to the races here. Nothing kills you. Who says no? This is, I mean, I was going to say this is nothing. That's not really fair because the ox at the back is kind of scary, but we got our own ox. So, like, we got our own swan. Like, we got our own horse is the thing, so we win these. Turkey meat. Turkey's round 5, I think. So give me one. Roll me. Give me one. Why not? Still happy where we stand. Give me one. Okay. We'd really, in order to maximize our success, we'd really love to see a turkey immediately. I think the optics worked out okay for us right here. We're gonna be looking pretty solid, even if it is only because of our B. We paid for a B, they paid for something else, you know? It's a fair trade. Look. I feel like I'd rather invest in the monkey here than the fish. You may disagree. We're in heavy turkey strategies. No turkeys exist. I think we gotta dump the ox. As much as the ox has been good for us, it falls off pretty quick. We try instead to fit a little scorpion out there. I know the scorpion's getting buffed. For the time being, I don't mind. I think we lose this. I don't think we can beat garlic, just to be honest with you. Don't even, like, without garlic, I don't think we can beat the build that's basically trying to do exactly what we're doing. So I'll take my 6. I feel like we could have done better, but I'll take it. Look, you see this shop? You could do a lot worse than a horse. Let's put it that way. Now, let's take a duck. All of a sudden, everybody laughed at a duck. Now it's a 3-2. I'll be the adorable bosses. You hear about the horrible bosses, the Jason Sudeikis. Wait, that's Jason Bateman, Charlie Day. Who's the third one? There's 3 of them. There's Jason Bateman, there's Charlie. Maybe the third one is Jason Sudeikis, now that I think about it. Hi, Bixby. Who were the stars of horrible bosses? Just give it a sec. Jennifer Aniston? Megan, Duchess of Sussex. What the heck? Jason Sudeikis, Jason Bateman, Charlie Day. Okay, thank you, Brain. You didn't totally let me down. I didn't know Meghan Markle was in that movie. Mostly because at the time I saw it, I didn't know who Meghan Markle was. Give me one of these. All right, now this is actually like a cracked start. The problem is we'd rather have more crickets than horses because at some point you don't really need your bees to come out and your crickets to come out with like 4-1. You'd much rather have like 2 3-1s. But anyway, I digress. Combine me? Combine me. I love it. I'm going to say sell me. Buy me. Buy me. Put you up here, though, like that. At 1-6, I don't say no to it, but I don't say, aw, yeah. Why don't we buy a spider? It's a little weird. Then pill it in front of the ox. And if it's garbage, and it's really not garbage, but I'm going to pill it next turn anyway to get another trigger here. We should... the cricket's in the wrong spot. It's all in disarray. But this team is so good, I feel like it's unlikely it'll matter, but I could be wrong. I'll admit I could be wrong. You may be right, I may be crazy, but I might just be the lunatic you're looking for. That's 2 wins. Pill me. At some point, that's not going to be the prudent choice, but for now, it's kind of sick. Honestly, I say pill me, man. Look at that. I love this. Go ahead. Nobody really needs meat right now. Garlic might be more important. We're not looking for another pill just yet. I don't think we're looking for any of these, but to be honest with you, getting +2 attack and then +2/+1 for 4 gold on a random unit is kind of sick. It's kind of sick. Okay, now I didn't mean to force the horses. The horse was just the best animal available when we got there. Combine me. Buy me. This ox is getting a little cracked. Again, at some point, this won't be the right play, but for now, I gotta love it. A turtle's pretty good, but we don't really need the melon armor, is the problem. Yeah, sure. Give me a combine. A kangaroo does pretty well. And we got our cricket up at the front, man. What are we doing? You know what we're doing? Actually, we're doing a very smart thing. Believe it or not. We're pivoting off of our horse by accident. We now have a build that doesn't rely on the cricket. It doesn't rely on the horse. These can now be moved out to expedite the process of swan, kangaroo maybe, and ox. If that's the case, you should be pilled. And then you should be sold. And then we should roll a honey badger as ballast and look to replace our horse with something a little bit more impressive. Or a lot more impressive. So you have 7 stats. You know what else has 7 stats? A giraffe. But we're going to do it like this. And I do support the buffing of the kangaroo. I love that. I love that. And you know what? I love this, just in case it goes wrong. I support the buffing of the kangaroo, because it can get sniped by like a single... Well, with garlic, technically it can't get sniped by a hedgehog, but it could get sniped by a dolphin so easily. So I think giving it some base stats is relevant. This is going very well so far. I have minimal complaints. We're at 5 wins in 6 rounds. Unfreeze me. Feed me. Feed me. You gotta love it. I think you love it more than you love the 1/1, because you can get 2 1/2s. This time I'm gonna feed you. I'm feeling like you're okay for the time being. Why don't you roll me once? Straight up. Straight up. I'm like straight up, like one of these. Okay, and then we're gonna get a level 2 ox, which is not that relevant, but is still, like, it's, I mean, come on. Who says no, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Now, their own ox is gonna be a real pain in the butt. Hold on, though. Oh, we draw! Oh, very clever. I would say that's pretty good for, like, a pivot round, for sure. And then, what the heck? What the heck? Try me with one of these. Don't cupcake me. This is a good roll situation. Look, we don't really need another badger. It's getting a little precious. This is a good save as a just in case, because I don't know if I'm falling off. I feel like there might be a chance I'm falling off. We're only round 8, but none of our units really have much HP. Like, the right play might be to get a monkey out here to, like, buff even our swan. We actually desperately need our kangaroo to get better. That could be from chocolate. It could be from more kangaroos. It could be from a tiger. Buffing the kangaroo's ability. Chocolate, maybe? Are we at chocolate round? I think we are. Roll me. We never buy more than 1 scorpion. For now, I would say, you know what? Just take a little extra juice here. Another thing I'm worried about is our badger getting sniped by a crocodile. And, oh, you piece. As a result of that snipe, leaving us in a nightmarish position, nightmarish, I should say, where our kangaroo also gets killed, which is basically our win condition. So that was good. I don't remember how much damage a crocodile does, but I'm trying to put you outside of crocodile range. You know what? I know we said monkey, but it's kind of working right now. I don't see a serious need to deviate from the strat. That time may change. Could you stop shooting my scorpion, please? It's like a very integral part of the ecosystem for me. We're still winning, but like, if the scorpion's not doing... I guess, you know what? The scorpion is doing something. It's doing something by taking the hit. that could have gone to another unit that might have impacted things more drastically. So let's focus on the positives. Are we at the point where you try a tiger behind? I guess you could probably deduce my answer just based on my actions. Ooh, a level 2 kangaroo. Hold on here. But I believe the answer to that question is yes. It's a great instance of a scorpion doing what it's supposed to do. We get one away from 10 wins. It's very exciting for me. Remembering, of course, that I called my shot. I don't think you pivot to dragon. We may regret that decision, but I don't think you pivot. I like that. Freeze me. At this point, it's all about, like, how do we get to success? I love a one-up scorpion. As long as it, I mean, even if it gets sniped, it comes back. But then to break melon armor at the front, which is a very, very common tactic, doesn't matter. There's 10 wins. Look, it's not that crazy of a prediction to call for 10 wins, but that was solid throughout. It's the best run I've ever had. The Adorable Bosses, starring Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Run me back. Now this one is a little different. This one's a little strange. I never thought I'd say it. The thing you hope you don't run up against, as will be the untouched bamboos, is you don't want to run up against a pig. Well, we win these, kind of surprisingly. We love a mosquito. You roll once. We love a fish. We don't go to level 2 yet. We love a beaver. We give an otter. We can't afford that. Are you crazy? It's still a great team. The only question is whether we're going to sell... You piece. Are we going to sell a beaver to maximize our buffs here? I got to see what we got. I think we can. Don't mind. Go ahead. I love it. Thank you so much. Because you're a 4/5, I will freeze you for the future. I will get ready to pill my ants. Statistically, like in terms of attack defense, it's one of our best units, but it scales like anus. So to spend 1 gold to capture some of its yield and then be able to move on with something a little bit more likely to be like a permanent source of success, highly recommendable. Honey Badger in the early game is goated. It's unbeatable, almost, in many ways. Okay, so hit me. We don't mind that. I'd say hit me. I'd say hit me. I'd say hit me. I'd say you move to the front, you move here. This is a team, I can't guarantee, like, we're winning rounds, although it looks fine. But certainly to lose a round is tough with this team. To draw a C is very common because of the Honey Badger, but to lose is unlikely because of said Honey Badger. It's a tough choice. Because we could pill a turtle for early melon armor. I think we will. I think we'll sell a fish, buy and pill a turtle on our mosquito. We don't really have a hard-hitting unit, but basically creating like a 10-6. It's not really a 10-6. I guess it's more like a 5 infinity. It's technically not even that. It's like a 5 infinity. You know what it is? It's like a unit with melon armor. I'm just going to digress from that point. Sure, what if we tried to make a camel work? And strangely enough, I kind of feel like what if you tried to make your camel work in front of the unit with melon armor, so its awesome attack got to be used 2 times instead of merely once. Or 3 times instead of merely twice, maybe? Of course, you need to not die in 1 hit for that to truly work. And what an interesting idea. I kind of call BS on that. I think that there's a little bit of an order of operations issue there, but I digress. I'm not trying to cause problems. Why don't we feed you for a little? Why don't we feed our camel in order to maximize its camel attributes so that it can be better for our mosquito later, or for any unit we so choose to place in its line of sight. Okay, a 10 HP Horse, kind of spicy, but it loses to the honey badger. Our camel did a great job there. I appreciate it. Why don't you give me one of these? Don't need a penguin yet. If we get one later, I'll be happy to consider it. Why don't you take one of these? Honestly, why don't you can me? I think we got some pivots in our future. The mosquito is probably not long for this world. The giraffe is probably not long for this world. The swan provides some other benefits. That's the unfairness of honey badger. We won a fight we should have lost. At best, we should have drawn. But, alas, here we are. Okay. Realistically, I still think you dump the giraffe and keep the mosquito. Like, it's not much, but it is a really easy way to get a level, at least. There's something to be said, I think, about this combo right here. Level up next turn. Sure. I don't think we're in penguin strats yet either. I like where we're at. I think someone called me out. They said this guy doesn't put enough respect on the kangaroo, and ever since then I've been like, I'll show you what respect truly means. And as long as you can prevent it from getting killed by the prevalence of hedgehogs in the current meta, I think you're going to be pretty happy. We love it. We love it. I think we have to say goodbye, mosquito. You've served your purpose. Don't worry. I'm just going to give you one just to protect you slightly. Don't worry. The badger's not far behind, in all likelihood. I'd like to get it. I think there's a case for getting it to level 2. The real problem is we basically kind of need a monkey. And we need a monkey in order for... Wow, we're going to actually lose by 1 HP. I was going to say win, but I miscalculated. We need a monkey to buff our camel. Or we need something to buff it, just to get it a little further ahead, a little faster. Fly is not the play, in my opinion. Honestly, it might be a touch late. But +3/+3 distributed across most of the squad. It's not so bad. It's kind of like a monkey. It's like a horizontal monkey. It doesn't really make sense. We got screwed on this one, man. This is a disaster. It was a great crocodile snipe. We're dead. Okay. Despite being dead, who would have thought our best run of all time? I mean, since stats came out. That's exciting in and of itself, even if this is like one of the most boring teams you're ever going to see. I'll be back. For anybody that hasn't been watching Isaac or the streams, it's just having a baby in daycare during the Omicron outbreak is just a cluster, you know? The baby gets a runny nose, she comes home from daycare, they keep her out for 48 hours. One kid at the daycare has a runny nose, the daycare shuts down for a week. It's just... a lot of the schedule's up and down. I'm trying to put out the Isaac and the Super Auto Pets when I have time. It's top of mind for me. The family stuff comes first during these unique times that never seem to end. We're getting there, okay? So I'm pumping it out when I have the availability. I appreciate the support. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you next time. See ya.